Welcome back to Real Talk. I am the co-host, Alex Brown. That was Brian Spriggs with my whole heart. And I'm here for this segment with my guest, Stephen Twyman, who is a mortgage expert. I just want to say, how you doing, Steve?
I'm awesome, wonderfully blessed.
All right, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Look, we're going to just jump right into it because we won't have a lot of time for the segment. Can you just give us some background information? How did you get started? And
Absolutely.
What did you do?
I've been in the mortgage business 16 years now. Actually celebrating 16 years this upcoming April.
Okay.
Went through the channels of corporate America. Found some passion into what I'm currently doing once it got introduced to me, and it's been a match made in heaven.
Okay.
To be quite frank.
Okay. Can you give us what's a common conception or misconception about the industry?
Well, currently we're in a volatile market. There's a lot going on with our government, so it's creating a little bit of resistance. There's a housing shortage right now, but I just like to encourage everybody. There's never a bad market or a bad time to buy or sell real estate.
Okay.
And there's various different reasons why, based on equity appreciation. Basically, I help individuals create wealth through real estate.
Okay. Yeah, I've always heard I've heard the saying, "With God ain't making no more land."
Right.
So I get that. Yeah. How do you feel about home ownership, and why is it important?
Well, again, going back to what I just stated, equity appreciation, tax write-off, and something that is yours, nobody can take that away from you except yourself if you don't pay that mortgage.
Absolutely. What is equity appreciation?
Equity is where your house starts to appreciate in value.
Okay.
A lot of times it starts actually at the loan application process, or once you actually obtain your house, they may require some form of a down payment.
Okay.
That down payment is actually instant equity, where that difference or gap, so to speak, from what is actually owed versus what the value is, that's what your equity is.
All right. Okay, cool. Speak a little bit on financial literacy.
Financial literacy,
and why
absolutely.
Is it important?
Well, again, going back to what I stated, we help you create wealth through real estate. A great example I can use, my first house I purchased, I paid $135,100.
Okay.
I kept that house for 3 years. I sold it, I netted an extra $100,000. I sold it for $240,000.
Wow.
That same house a year after that sold for $340,000. So if I would have been a little patient, I would have netted an additional $200,000.
Okay.
Well, where else are you going to create that type of money? You could put money all into your 401ks and all of that, but you're not going to necessarily yield that type of a return in such a short time frame.
Right, because we're actually talking about that's almost instantaneous.
Absolutely.
Whereas with a retirement plan, you might have to wait 10 or 20 or even 30 years to really see or reap the benefit.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. What about credit repair?
Credit repair. Well, not everybody
you do that, right?
I do it all.
Okay.
I'm a complete service. I like to tag ourselves as we do what the banks do, but we also do what they don't do.
Okay. All
because
right.
I'm actually a lender/broker.
Okay.
So we have a lot more flexibility. But with credit repair, basically, you get people. Some people just have a couple of hiccups down the road, and we just like to encourage individuals and properly guide them with the proper techniques and strategies. I know the internet kind of gives a lot of different perspectives, so to speak, in regards to what your credit should look like.
Okay.
But we demystify the myths. We take those myths away, and we actually give you factual data and perspectives so that you can properly manage your credit accordingly.
Okay. All right. Speak to the idea of waiting to jump as it relates to home ownership. So, I want to buy a home. I'm hesitant, but I think I'm ready to go, but I keep researching, I keep trying to do this, and I keep trying to do that. And meanwhile, I'm wasting significant amount of time. What would you say a bad advantage or a bad idea about waiting for?
Well, basically the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required.
Okay.
All right? So in anything in life that's worth having, you got to go through a little bit of sacrifice.
Right.
All right? And so a lot of times we get a lot of people that are sometimes hesitant, nervous.
Right.
There are a lot of different reasons why, but what I encourage them to do is, no matter what, let's put together a plan. I don't rush you. My thing is, I'm ready when you're ready. I just want to be the guy you come to when you are ready.
Okay.
So putting together the proper real estate plan, knowing where you are credit-wise, knowing where you are based on your current financial situation, then we map out a plan mortgage-wise, how much money you may need, depending on down payment assistance, etc.
Okay.
We put together a full plan. That plan could be immediate, 2 years from now.
Okay.
It doesn't matter to me, but when you're ready, I want you to have the information as you need to have it so you can plan accordingly. And putting together the plan is really the key.
Okay, based on your expertise, how long do you say it takes to, to get your credit together?
All right, when it comes
3
to
months, 6 months, 9 months.
everybody's situation is different.
Okay.
And, there are some extremes where you may have some form of a life hardship,
Okay.
whether it was a bankruptcy, and then there's a certain timeline for, depending on what type of bankruptcy, whether it was a 13 or a 7. You may have had a foreclosure, a short sale, or something along those lines. And then that also creates a different identity with which different mortgage program will be available to you. Now, with that being said, there are some relaxed guidelines and some second chance credit opportunities, but there's no really timeline because, I have some people I fixed in a matter of a week.
Wow.
And then I've had some that might be 90 days out, and then some that might be a full year out because it was really extreme.
Okay. Wow. All right. What would you say a standard score is? So if I say, yeah, man, I'm working on I got a 580,
Right.
but
ideally across the board, when things kind of balance itself out, a 640 credit score.
640. Okay.
Excuse me. The more superior credit, 700 plus, naturally it opens up a lot more doors and options for them.
Okay.
But 640 gets it done.
Okay.
But with that being said, I do a VA loan. I go down to a 560 credit score for a VA client.
Wow.
All right. And on our FHA government loans, which they have a lot more credit flexibility, we go down to a 580 credit score.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's good news for some people that are veterans and some people that
absolutely.
Okay. All right. So talk about the best time. So I'm thinking, is it the top of the year? Is it the bottom of the year in terms of taxes, in terms of benefits?
Well, every real estate climate gives a different environment.
Okay.
And right now, again, we kind of in a volatile market, as I stated earlier. Housing inventory is fairly low. So, we have a lot of clients that are coming in trying to get approved, but now they're having a hard time finding houses. But we think that in the springtime, traditionally, this is my most busiest period.
Okay.
Things will open up, and generally, coming off the winter weather, people are more excited about the opportunities, and you start to see a lot more houses come out on inventory, and it's we have some of our best record-breaking years, starting off early spring. Like now, all the way through August, it's incredible.
Okay, all right. And let me give you one other hypothetical situation. Let's just say I want to become a part of a real estate investment group. Can you speak to that? Like what?
I'm a powerhouse when it comes to working with real estate investors.
Okay.
We also do commercial as well, which also incorporates that investment component.
Okay.
But we have a lot of flexibility in regards to we do a lot of rehab lending.
Okay.
We do a lot of what we call fix and flip opportunities,
Okay.
as well as expanding, into commercial.
When you say, hold that thought, but when you say fix and flip, what does that mean?
That's actually where you go buy a house below market value.
Okay.
You do some cosmetic or rehab work. And then after that's done, we establish what the after repair value is, and then that creates that equity position that we talked about earlier.
Okay.
And then, so for a really good example, if you will, I have a client, he spent $300,000 on a house, put $150 in it, sold it for $800,000.
Wow. Okay.
And that's in DC. That's
All right.
a DC market.
Okay, man.
Yeah, but there's a lot of opportunities out there that exist for those who want to be aggressive real estate investors.
Okay. All right. So last few minutes, and I've been knowing you a long time. We went to high school together.
Absolutely.
Sports fan?
Redskins, all DC, everything.
Okay.
All
so,
DC.
So are you just, I know you're a home team guy. Is that what I'm gathering?
Absolutely.
Home team. Okay.
I have season tickets for the Wizards and the Redskins, and I have dream seats for the Redskins.
Yeah,
That's how serious I am about it.
Yeah, my co-host, he's a different kind of breed. But
We understand. We know.
He liked the girls,
But we let him have it.
It's okay. It's all right. Well, Steve, thank you so much,
Thank
man,
you.
for coming on in, man. We appreciate the information that you've given to us, and hopefully our listeners will be able to do something with it.
Absolutely.
And we'll hope to have you back as an expert.
Just say when.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
For more information on how to become a guest on Real Talk with Philip Carter, or for general inquiries, please email us at realtalkwithphilipcarter@yahoo.com. Tune in next Monday for another edition of Real Talk with Philip Carter.